Hello and welcome to By the Numbers. I'm FM20 and I hope you're all doing well. We're getting towards the end of the season. In our last match, last episode as well, we lost to Ballyclare and basically gave up. Well, we got rid of our momentum. The gap's quite big now, so there's a 5-point gap. 2 matches left. There's also 2 other teams above us now by a point, so we need a lot of things to go our way, and I don't think they are, and that's not why I've come back for this. I'm going to play a match, but what I wanted to do, show you the youth intake, because that's come through. I'm already teasing Ray Cockcroft, so to speak, as being one of the standout ones. If we look at our youth candidates and the report here, just by position, we've got a reasonable spread. The positions can more or less fill a team with what we've got, so they've actually recruited reasonably well. Like sometimes you get more of one position than another. Actually, there's a good spread. And I did have a quick look at these players last night. Go by height, always important. I did watch an episode of the Northman's Blythe Spartans save when he had his youth intake. I did comment on that video about how his youth intake was a bunch of short arses. But to be fair, so are ours. We do have a 6'4" and a 6'3", and a couple of 6'2"ers, but not necessarily the position we particularly want. Matt Maybin being 6'3" is pretty good as a defender. If we look at potential ability, they reckon they're all fantastic, and that's just because our team is that bad. We don't have many good, good and long-term players, so their potential is always pretty high. In terms of actual ability, there's probably a few players here who could sneak into the first team. I'm going all the way down to the 1-star, just on their ability rating. So Raymond Cockcroft could go straight into the squad. There is a problem with this though. So if you look at Raymond, he looks good, doesn't he? Physical attributes are decent. His mental attributes aren't amazing, but not terrible. So he's an attacking midfielder centre, 10 vision. Pretty good. Flair 9, off the ball 8, decisions 11. He's brave, which we like, but he's not particularly aggressive. This decisions attribute is one of the most heavily weighted in my experimenting with stuff. And you can read about it on Dictate the Game if you want. It's from FM19, but it's still relevant. Decisions is one of the most heavily weighted attributes. It's really important for some positions and for some actions, but it takes up a lot of current ability to get a bump in this attribute. So the fact that he's got this 11 means a lot of his ability and potential abilities kind of being spent on this. So should be, a good head in midfield. Good free kick taking corners, so a bit of a specialist, but passing 8, technique 8, reasonable first touch, and all improvable as well. Plays an advanced playmaker as his best, but the key thing to note here is we don't play an attacking midfielder. We either need to be a striker or to play here, and he can do the Mazzala, he could do the central. So we could put him in the box-to-box role, potentially, even though his tackling is not great. Or we could try and retrain him as a striker. Let me know what you think. His finishing is 5, his composure is 4. You wouldn't be a fantastic striker. But the alternative is to play him there. I'm not going to change my tactic just to try and fit him in currently. There could be room for someone in the hole behind the strikers and still play long ball, but we'll see. We'll see how the match engine's working now. There's been an update, but he's good, so I'm going to offer him a contract. All of the players I want to keep are going to get offered a contract, and I'm going to try and bump up some of the bonuses on it, not because I want to pay them more money, but because I don't want them to get stolen again by non-league sides, for me to just have to steal them back again later on. So I'm going to try and deal with that. Then right back we've got Gavin Little. He's really good. Looks really good. 10 tackling. Determined. Good decisions. Good composure. Good aggression. Teamwork. Work rate. Positioning's a bit ropey. Good jumping and fitness and stamina, but none of these ones are particularly bad. He'll do quite well. But that's another right back. We've basically got 3 good right backs now. We've got Connolly and, sorry, I've got a squeaky chair there. Connolly and Ray, who are pretty good. And then Gavin, we'll keep him. Then we've got Blair Downey, who's the 6'4" player with a massive forehead. He's got a forehead like me. Again, Very good free kicks, very good corners. Almost the exact same attributes as Cockcroft. Well, he's slightly better at free kick taking, but it's a bit... I did notice sometimes in FM19 you get some players that had very good set piece abilities, good long throws, good penalties, good free kicks, good corners, but not much else. But he looks pretty decent for a central midfielder, and we do need more in the centre of midfield because we've lost a couple of players and Hines isn't very good and so on. Good decisions again, good determination, flair, good teamwork. I reckon he might squeeze into the team, so we might, if the contracts go through, he might actually end up playing in the match we're going to have coming up. Patrick Walker, reasonable physical attributes, some good mental attributes, but nothing particularly great technically, but we'll keep him because he's flexible. Also living the fact that he's 16 years old of age and he's gone for this kind of musketeer facial hair. Good work there. Trevor Garrett on the left, good physical, determined, good crossing, reasonable technique. He plays on the left only in terms of his foot, so we'll keep him. There's left-handed play, or left-sided players, not left-handed players, a bit tricky to get hold of. Liam McAlden, 6'2", young centre-back, good marking and heading. He might get some time in the first team pretty early. We'll try and ease him in. But he's going to stick with us. Graham McGreevy. Nothing particularly special, but again, we need a bit more. Almost everyone's going to get a contract, basically, is what I'm saying. He might not get much game time at the moment, but at least we'll have him as a backup. Martin Weir. What are we doing there? There we go. Martin Weir. Striker. Runs with the ball through centre, which is good, alright, I guess. Finishing 9, dribbling 9. Long shots 3. His composure 7. Anticipation of the ball is not fantastic, but not terrible in terms of anticipation. Reasonable physical attributes. We'll have him as backup. He could develop quite nicely. Chris Gorman, finishing 5, composure 5. He doesn't look fantastic, but we'll keep him. Tim McDonald on the right. Again, I'm not massively impressed, but we'll probably keep him just because we need more players. Radburn on the left. First of all, fantastic name, Radburns. He should be Scottish rather than Northern Irish, I think, for this one. Good physical attributes, good determination, aggression, and good tackling. He dives into tackles, which instantly makes me want to play him. But he's got a chance, and again, he's a left-sided player, left defender. We'll keep him because we need cover there. Liam McCann in our next striking option. Good dribbling, reasonable finishing and composure. Bit of a spread in his attributes. We might be able to get him into that pressing forward role. What's his favourite? Target man, apparently. 6'2", so he could do it. Pressing forward he can do as well, so he'd be flexible enough to fit in. Nicky Connor. Again, good crossing, but isn't amazing. Matt Mabin, who's 6'2". Oh, well done there. There we go. Tackling markings are right. Positioning's not great. Oh, he's 6'3". Has he got shorter since we've looked at him? I think he shrunk. Oh no, he was the midfielder at 6'4". He was always 6'3". I thought he'd shrunk whilst we were looking at him. George McLean, very aggressive. Big fan of that. Determined, works for the team. Naturally fit. Not good at much else. But it'll work for us. And then Michael Bradley in nets. Reflexes are good. Aerial reach is good. Command of area is not bad because he's a 16-year-old. He's determined and brave, which is what you want. He's 6 foot, which is good. Gibbons is on borrowed time. Brady's going to come in for him. Once we've played all our games this season, Gibbons is gone. He's getting sacked. I shouldn't say it too loudly because he might play even worse in the next match. But is it calling Brady? Bradley. So Bradley will come in and we'll see if we can get a more senior keeper, and he will be a good understudy for them. But there we go. Not a bad youth intake. It wasn't quite reported as a golden generation, but I thought it could be. I think we've got 2 good midfielders. a good right back, good defender, some cover on the left, some strikers who aren't amazing but might be able to do a job, and that's about it, I think. But that's not a bad intake. I can't really complain. It's not exactly like finding Messi in your youth intake, but to be honest, Cockcroft, Downey, McGreevy any good? I can't remember in there. But we've covered some of the key areas, so it's taken a bit of pressure off. So I'm going to offer them contracts, and then we're going to come back for the Port Stewart match. So we are back for the Port Stewart match. I'm off of the contracts, and I will tell you I say a trick, but something I tried doing whilst it was going on. None of the other players we're really interested in getting to play have actually signed a contract. A few of them signed the contract, a few of the others are kind of mulling it over still. I imagine tomorrow they'll all sign it. What's going on here? They've played fairly poorly together. Okay, Mulholland can go on, but I know Mulholland is also a pretty poor performer. What are we going to do? Let's give Ray a chance with Donnelly. Any obvious changes here? Nope, we should go with this. So against Port Stewart, what we'll do is we'll try and bring up the I'll pause and bring up the live results on the table. Probably the table, actually. Go, which one do we want? League table. So Port Stewart are not doing that well, but they could. I mean, if there was a big enough goal swing, they could overtake us. But see, as it stands, because everyone's just started the match, everyone's drawing, so everyone's got that 1 point boost. Oh, so yeah, Port Stewart couldn't. They could get 29 if they beat us, but no. I'm hopeful we can beat them, but after our match against Ballyclare, who knows what we'll do, especially if Gibbons is playing terribly like he did before. So anyway, yeah, we made these contract offers, and I realised there's something I've not been doing, and that's using the player pathway options. So I've just been doing it like you would do in FM19. You say what their squad status is, you offer them the money. Oh, Dempster, almost. Yeah, you offer them the money. You offer them bonuses, signing on, whatever, that's about it. Maybe they want to be made captain, and Kevin Heron, good free kick. So yeah, goes from bad to worse for us. As it stands, we're definitely out of the promotion race. There's no even holding on at this stage. So yeah, I've been doing that for all the contracts. For pretty much everyone, unless they'd requested some kind of change, which I don't think any of my players actually had. I just did the kind of, this is what you are currently this year. You are a regular starter, or you're an impact sub, or you're a star player. So what I did with the youth players is all the ones I really, really like, so the two central midfielders, defender, the right back, and the keeper, the ones I think are pretty key. I changed their pathways, so they all wanted to be youngsters to begin with, so I said that's fine. And then for all of them I said, next year you will be whatever. So for example, for the two central midfielders, I told them both that next year, which is only a couple of games away, they'll be regular starters. And then when I got to the contracts, they wanted £20 a week plus some bonuses, and I gave them an extra £5 on their bonuses for whatever's relevant. So for the midfielders, it was for a goal, they'd get an extra £5, bringing it up to something like £8. And if they were a defender, clean sheet, same with the keeper, an extra £5. They're playing pretty well. We aren't, but they are. Gone Robinson, counter-attack. Let's see what this new match engine's like. Ray tries to get it in. Try again. Dempster was the wrong way around for that. So I did that for all of them. So I think the two midfielders, I told them they'll be squad players next season. For the right back, I think I told them they would be a impact sub next season. And I'll go on Robinson. Oh, reasonable move, that. And for the keeper, I told them next season they would be a sub, and the season after they would be a cup goalkeeper. And squad play ones might seem a little bit optimistic, because what if they're terrible? But to be honest, they're better than most players we've been able to see in our player searches. So actually, I think they probably will be squad players. And for the goalkeeper, we'll gradually blood him in. So I imagine he might play a lot more. He might already be a cup goalkeeper next season. So we'll have kind of accelerated it. Undersold and over-delivered is what we'll probably go for. So hopefully that will keep them here, because they will know they could stay with us with their extra bonus and this clear path, or they could go to a non-league team and just rot there until I pick them up for less wages. We'll see what they do. So here we go. 6 shots on target they've had out of 6. They're doing alright there. We're not really getting many chances. Show me something else. Leave it as is for the moment. On Robinson. Taking plays out there. Swing it in. Conray, get into the centre. Terrible, terrible passing there. I've not really noticed much difference in the match engine yet, but I've also not been paying 100% attention to it. Good reflex save for once. I have noticed a few people on Twitter saying their one-on-ones have got even worse. But because my team's not been playing particularly well the past few games, I've not noticed anyway. Less shots from the byline, but again, that wasn't something that was actually really affecting me, I don't think. Oh, reasonable save. Gibbo knows that his days are numbered. Doing whatever he can to get that extension. It's not happening. One Ray, get it in. Hines doing nothing with that. Yeah, after this highlight, it's time to make a sub. And backs and forwards. Dempster's a bit unhappy with me because apparently I promised him I would improve the attack. And when the transfer window shut just before the youth candidates came in, I hadn't achieved that, according to him. So he said he wanted to leave, he couldn't trust me anymore, so I told him to shut up and stay. Mallet did the same thing, but Mallet wanted to be loaned out. I told him he could go then, thinking he'd just end up on the transfer list. But no, he actually just got released. So you know how sometimes you can say something in conversation, it says they consider themselves transfer listed now. Oh, Barry Scott, Sillet Bang fame. Bang, and our chances of promotion are gone. I mean, that's a bad save as well. Trickled under him, got a hand to it. Yeah, proceed with those changes. For all the good it does. Yes, I thought he would leave it to me to try and get rid of him. But then immediately after the meeting, he was released. I guess because he's on a non-contract, we can do that. So, you know, be aware. Boris. Oh no, Bonis. Hate him slightly less now. 3-0. Bonis has scored against us before as well. It's going to be a bit of an overhaul for the squad, I think. 3-0. We have signed a new contract with the club though, so we will be around for another year, and their expectations again are that we just stay in the league. Interesting bowling, go on Hughes. Never mind. So I think we need another prolific striker. Dempster's alright, Hughes could be a good backup, we need another good striker. And we need a better keeper. The keeper's probably more important than the striker, to be fair. look at that. That's Paul McKenna, as in, he even looks like Paul McKenna, the hypnotist. If you're too young, you won't know who he is. That is Paul McKenna. That is his spitting image. There as like part-time coach, hypnotherapist. Yeah, before there was Darren Brown, there was Paul McKenna. Okay, maybe he's not the spitting image of him, it's just the face is horrible. Oh, Team Talk, that was terrible. I hate you all. I hate you all. So there we go. So I won't play the last match on camera because we're done. The most we can get now is 32 points, which would put us just outside the promotion or the playoff spot, assuming everything else went our way. It could still just leave us exactly where we are if things don't go our way. But I'll play it and we'll come back. I will show you the players I'm getting rid of, and then we'll be on to the next season. I'm going to stick at it. When the Tahiti database is done and ready to go, and it's almost there, I've got the cups actually working now. I just need to put some extra graphics in for the team badges and things. But when that's ready to go, we'll have the two series running on the channel. I'll do a kind of one-off episode, I think, for the Yorkshire database I want to do in the Caribbean one when I get a chance to do that. But I'll try and get the Tahiti one going. There'll be kind of an even split to begin with, and then I'll probably do more in the Tahiti. Slightly fewer updates on this one. There'll be kind of, rather than, it's about 10 to 11 episodes a season it's running at now. We've got it going. It might go down to about 5 to 6 per season, so a little bit shorter, so bigger gaps between the matches. But let me know what you prefer to see, because I don't mind recording more. It just means it takes longer for us to get through the seasons. But thanks very much for watching. Thank you for seeing yet another humiliation, 4-0 at the hands of another team who have now leapfrogged us because of the goal difference involved in that. And I will see you for the next episode.